Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to our Legal Matters Qanuni Mashre, and as I told you just before the break, Raj Chopra Sahab has joined us and he will be discussing issues relating to anything to do with litigation or anything to do with traffic offences or the police station custody work. We'll be more than happy to take on your questions. Raj Sahab, first of all, welcome to the programme.
Thank you very much.
And I do realise you were in the Macclesfield courts and again dealing with our clients as usual.
True.
And that's why you was late. Obviously, we knew about it.
Thank you.
Again, आपसे अभी questions करेंगे थोड़े से. But just before we go into the questioning, थोड़ा सा आप ये बताएंगे that issues relating to the litigation side.
Sure.
Because you've got experience of what for many years. You're an advocate. You understand the law, rules and regulations. हमें अपने views को बताना है. So if they have an issue, they can contact us, and we've got the experts like you to help them.
Thank you very much. I'm honoured and privileged to be on the show.
No, thank you, and it's a privilege for the public that we've got the likes of our team to give good advice. Abhi programs before the break, we've just had some of these calls in IT Maribas. I think I was trying to answer some of them. Murtaza Saab ki call ID Blackburn, he's got ILR. And we'll push it about when's his naturalisation, when he can do that. Obviously, SYED, the rules relating to that.
I mean, the Murtaza Saab ko yehi batana hai ki rules are quite straightforward in terms of when you have to apply for naturalisation. ILR आपको मार्च में मिली थी. From that date onwards आपको 12 months जो है वो wait करना होता है. और normally एक और restriction ये है कि you shouldn't have traveled outside the country for more than 90 days.
Yeah, then that's an essential bit.
That's another essential bit.
And what about he'll have to do the test as well, isn't it, to obtain his naturalisation? This is very important because
that's right.
ये नए rules आगे SYED साहब आपको बताना है.
New rules
public को 31st October.
20th of October.
Yeah.
That's right. They've kicked in.
Yeah.
And now you are required to have not only passed English language at level B1, but also to have done a life in UK test.
That's correct.
So both of them would be required.
So yeah, Murtaza Saab, I hope you got the answers. Arshad Saab, 14 years, he's got his appeal. हमने उनको मुबारकबाद भी दे दी from our television set, from our legal matters. Again, he's got your advice.
Arshad Saab का भी case very similar to वो Murtaza Saab जैसा ही है. इनको भी चलें congratulations, आपको ILR मिल गया है. जून में मिला इनको, तो इनको next जून तक wait करना पड़ेगा. और he needs to make sure that इनके पास भी वो English language का जो है वो certificate है, plus the life in UK test, and that he's not traveled outside the country for more than 90 days.
Yeah, बिल्कुल सही. That's a critical. Arshad साहब, if you're watching, आपको ये बातों का ज़रूर अपने सामने रखें, and this is very important. एक जो कॉल आई थी अली साहब की, who's asking about £18,600. इसके बारे में कुछ changes आए. Frankly, to be honest, कोई changes नहीं आए हैं. It stands as it is, 18,600, because यहाँ पे courts को उन्होंने भेजा था. It went to the courts to decide. What the courts then decided to do was give it back to the government to make a decision. So it went to the courts. Courts have said, yes, we understand it's a bit too high, and they've left the decision for the government to make on that one. So I'm sure it's got outcome आने वाला है very imminently within a few months. But as it stands, it's still 18,600. But अगर आपके पास अपने paperwork ठीक होई, and you're in a full-time job, and you got 6 months bank statements, and you've got accommodation, आप इनकी criteria को fulfill कर रहे, and you got savings, they will consider each case on its merit. ये लाज़मी नहीं है 18,600, but that is the rule at the moment. It's still 18,600, but you can put an application in with all the documents and details of जैसे मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, then that will help you. अपने एक और जो कॉल आई थी इमरान साहब की regarding a miscarriage, and again this is a very sad case, and this is clinical negligence में भी आता है, and it depends what kind of nature of negligence we don't have the full facts. So Imran Sahab, if you're listening to the program अगर आप सुन रहे, then please provide us the details and we'll try to help you. But ये मैं थोड़ा सा run करूँगा Raj Sahab से, because this is a litigation. Raj Sahab, in your experience, and you come across many cases like this, and when a hospital refuse, it's nothing to do with us, and everything's okay, and this is totally unfair and unjust. And you've seen a hospital later on, जब evidence आती है, वही hospital बात को उसका change करते हैं चीज़ें. So आप थोड़ा सा बताएं, because हमारे views सुन रहे हैं, and we wanted them to know that they do have potentially cases where negligence has happened, and we need to get the evidence. So can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, first of all, we need to know exactly what happened, details, when wife was admitted, why she suffered miscarriage due to the negligence of the hospital, and we need to view and assess the evidence, and if there's a case, surely we can take it further and make a claim on no win no fee basis. So please contact us. Due to the limited time of period on the air, we cannot explain in details, but our number is on the screen. Give us a ring and we will have one-to-one conference and able to assist in details.
Very good. Again, जो आपने अभी बात जो mention करी ना views उनको, that's a no win no fee. So अगर वो सुन रहे हैं what we want the people to know that if they feel that they have some kind of a grievance or miscarriage or negligence or clinical, then they need to contact to the studio or a competent solicitor who they know, but we can help them like you said.
Of course, yeah.
And you've got experience in that.
Yes.
I want people to
no
know.
Win no fee basis, what it means that the law says in this country that the losing party pays the legal costs for the person who brought the action, and if the hospital or hospitals standard of care fell below the reasonable competent people, obviously they have been negligent in a nutshell, and we can assist people like that. So what it means that it won't cost you anything. All our costs will be recovered from the hospital's insurance. So this is how it goes. So please do get in touch with us, and we may be able to assist you, and there may be a substantial claim for them from the hospital.
And with our details on the screen, so like Raj Chopra साहब ने भी जो mention करा, do contact us. शायद साहब एक और जो call आई थी ज़फ़र साहब की, जो obviously he had 2007 में आए थे work permit पे, इनका थोड़ा सा बताएं FLRO का जो ने mention करा था.
Work permit में आए थे और अब ये he is living here as an overstayer. इनके एक बच्चा जो है यहाँ पे पैदा हुआ था 5 years old, और 2 बच्चे पाकिस्तान से आए थे. इनको किसी ने एडवाइस किया था FLRO की एप्लीकेशन डालने के लिए, which he did submit, और अभी वो वेट कर रहे हैं. तो इनको एडवाइस यही कर सकते हैं कि ठीक है, आपने जो एप्लीकेशन डाली है वो सही डाली है, करेक्ट एप्लीकेशन डाली है, अब आपको उस पर वेट करना है. ऑब्वियसली it is down to the Home Office UKBA, वो कितना टाइम लेते हैं. They obviously have all the time to review and assess your case, and they will not rush into making a rash decision. तो आपको थोड़ा सा और वेट करना पड़ेगा, लेकिन आपका जैसे ही वो डिसीजन आता है, अगर आपकी फेवर में आ जाता है, वेल एंड गुड. अगर अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो आपके अगेंस्ट डिसीजन देते हैं, देन यू हैव अ राइट टू रिक्वेस्ट फॉर अ जुडिशल रिव्यू, और उसके अंदर हम आपकी हेल्प कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज़ आपका जो केस है वो काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग है. आपके बच्चे इधर हैं, यू हैव ऑलरेडी इस्टेब्लिश्ड अ लाइफ इन UK, so which is allowed under the Article 8 of Human Rights. So all these factors go in your favor, और all you have to do is just wait at the moment. और जब आपका डिसीजन आ जाता है FLRO का, फिर उसकी बेसिस पे आप नेक्स्ट स्टेप उठा सकते हैं. अगर आपको मिल जाता है रेजिडेंस परमानेंट स्टे, कांग्रेचुलेशंस.
And if he doesn't, अगर नहीं मिलता है, then he needs to contact us, or we'll be able to help him.
Yeah.
And शाहिद साहब ने आपको मेंशन करा था the number of steps can be taken after जब आपके पास इसका उनका जो होगा decision आएगा, then we can help you in this matter. And we've done a number of cases like that where we've been successful. शाहिद साहब थोड़ा सा ये बताएं that is similar kind of कहानी जो you've done, we've done, Raj साहb's done it.
Yes.
And people feel we want them to feel comfortable that
that's right. Yeah,
they've got somebody.
I mean, the key is having children here, you know, because the law as it applies differently to adults, and it applies slightly differently to children. So the fact that a child has been born here, for that child, this country is their country. They don't know of any other country. So the law says that if that child has been here for 7 years under the 7-year rule, then that child must be granted leave to remain here. Or what happens is that if the child is allowed to stay here indefinitely, then obviously the parents who are the main carer of that child, they are indirectly also allowed to stay here.
Again, ये था आपने 7-year rule के मुताबिक बताएं. उससे अगर कम भी पीरियड हो ना, you do have children, जैसे आपके 2-4 साल के बच्चे हैं, whatever, जो भी जनरल बात कर रहा हूँ, then feel free to contact us because we're going to help you. Syed, obviously we're going to carry on with the calls. Aati रहेंगे inshallah. We'll be talking to them, giving advice. But time की वजह से, as usual, we want to press ahead. Right, साहब, आपसे मुझे बात करना थी. आपने last time mention करा था about the speeding के बारे में. We did have phone calls relating to that. So some people want to know. ये जो cameras लगे होते हैं speeding जो motorways पे लगे होते हैं, they have like certain speed limits, variable speed. उस पे क्या होता है? I mean, if they break that, what's going to happen now?
Well, obviously, if they are going through a variable speed limit camera, and if they are caught above the limit, there's a 10% tolerance, and then again we need to look at the facts. Of
the speeding, sorry, 10% going up over 70, your variable speed. If it's 60 and you done 70, that's the 10% you're talking about.
10% less of the 10%, speed.
Oh, right, okay.
So these are the matters we need to look at. I dealt with one case where on one lane the traffic was very static, and on the other side it was totally no traffic at all.
Right.
And one van goes very fast and triggers the camera, and the guy in the lane
got blame.
Yeah, and then we asked for the photographic evidence. We proved it. The beam was, directed more widely than to where it should have been. As a result of that, I won the case.
Very good, excellent. And this is particularly with the speed cameras.
Yeah, and then we have to check their calibration and so many other factors, whether it was correct. Because every time somebody from the police, they come to unload the film, and I don't know whether you noticed, they are quite movable cameras up and down, and sometimes people don't put it the correct position, and then wrongly people get caught speeding, and we can help them, assist them. It all depends. It's a very technical, very complicated, even though it sounds very simple. And I have won many road traffic cases. My success rate is 98%. And I love to help general public, because
so that's a very good thing. What about driving without insurance type in Bochi, and they've not been renewed in the interim? They've been driving a cab. You've done many of them as well.
Oh yes. If a person has been caught with driving without insurance, it's an absolute offense, whether you have insurance or you didn't have insurance. And then we can, even though they're guilty of the offense, I can still help them. There are special reasons why. For an example, husband and wife split up. She cancelled all the direct debits. Husband thought the direct debit was going, even though no premium was paid. Policy is void. It's a special reason. Even though he's guilty, he shouldn't be banned, depending on whether he had any points on his license or not. If you get 12 and more points, you get 6 months.
You get banned. Yes. So again, ये views को बता रहे हैं, अगर आपका इस situation में आप feel करते हैं that you've got a driving issue or traffic offence, or you're not too sure, is this summons आते हैं आपके magistrate court से, then you know what to do. You can't get the right advice. We'll be more than happy to help you. Raj, also stop and search is a little area. It's totally different, but I mean, again, most people feel that disproportionately they've been ethnic or the black people. Again, it's okay if you feel that you've been unfairly done in this one. There is a procedure in there.
Yeah, the police have a lot of powers given by the parliament, and recently new legislation is coming, and further powers of stop and search, going into the house without a warrant to search, to obtain evidence, etc., linking to the offence if there is a reasonable suspicion that somebody has committed it. So yes, I think the powers are excessive. Obviously, we need to, if somebody has been a victim of this, I'm sure we can assist, look at how it was carried out, what happened, and whether they got any recourse against the police for doing unnecessary search.
What about situation where reasonable force, if somebody burglar breaks into your house, and you are now allowed to use a reasonable amount of force? I know there's a definition we can talk about. What is reasonable? That's legalities, but you can defend yourself, can't you?
Yeah, this reasonable force is a very small word, but it has a
Vast.
lot of meaning. I mean, reasonable force for a very big person to apply to a small person will be disproportionate. It all depends what circumstances, what happened. There was, without mentioning any case or names, there was an incident where in Bromall one gentleman's house was burgled by two burglars, and then
that's why I wanted to talk about this issue that you're doing without the names yet.
And the house owner got into a bit of struggle with one of them, and he stabbed him many times. He was arrested for murder, and then we put up a good fight to say he acted in self-defense. He was in spasm. I know more than once stabbing is excessive, and then the government changed the law that it is reasonable. It was a reasonable force, so the police dropped the case against him.
Right.
Which was, I think, very.
So the CPS then withdrew.
Yeah, they said he acted in self-defense using reasonable force to protect him and his family. As a result of that, he was adjourned.
राय साहब आपके पास ये कंटिन्यू करते हैं, कॉल आ रही से शामिल करते हैं. हेलो, कौन कहाँ से?
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम
जी, वालेकुम सलाम.
शहजाद बोल रहा हूं.
जी कौन?
शहजाद.
सजाद साहब. जी सजाद भाई, आप अपना क्वेश्चन बताएं.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर.
वालेकुम सलाम.
सर मैं एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहता हूँ.
या
ये जो ह्यूमन राइट्स के FLRO का मेरा केस 2008 में डाला था, तो एक्नॉलेजमेंट सिर्फ आई थी 2 वीक बाद.
ठीक है.
तो उसके बाद जो है मुझे अभी तक कोई मेरा फैसला नहीं आया, तो उसके बारे में पूछना चाहता हूँ कि कोई 5 साल हो गए मेरे केस को, अभी तक वो फैसला नहीं आया, किसी किस्म का भी कोई रिप्लाई नहीं आया. 2012 में अक्टूबर लास्ट 2012 में मैंने दोबारा एप्लीकेशन मेरे वकील ने की थी, वो जो 28 का इन्होंने कानून बनाया था.
जी जी
तो
बोलें, आपकी रिपीट आ रही है?
जी. तो वो अभी तक उसी का भी कोई रिप्लाई नहीं आया, तो उसके बारे में पूछना चाहता हूँ कि प्लीज ब्रीफली कोई बता दे.
ओके, ठीक है सजा भाई, आपकी डिस्टर्बेंस
कब तक ये हो जाएंगे, कोई एक्सपेक्टेड है, कब तक ये बैकलॉग केसेस करेंगे?
चलें ठीक है, आपको इंशाल्लाह आपको जवाब मिलेगा. सजा भाई, थैंक यू फॉर योर कॉल, शुक्रिया आपके. वी गॉट अ क्वेश्चन. Obviously we're going to go to the question because time gives him. I'm quite wary of the fact this call jo bhi hai Sajjad sahab ki, he just mentioned about that that no decision has come about and put new application. Iske bare mein we're going to do is put a reapplication.
हाँ, इनको यही मैं कहूँगा कि अगर आपने FLRO की एप्लीकेशन 2008 में डाली थी, अब हम 2013 में, दैट इज़ अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम.
It's very unlikely situation.
And I don't know why आपको सिर्फ एक्नॉलेजमेंट आया और कोई नहीं आया. आपने अगर शायद कोई एड्रेस वगैरह चेंज किया और वो प्रीवियस एड्रेस पे चला गया उसका डिसीजन वगैरह, ये पॉसिबिलिटी है. या आपके पास अभी 2 ऑप्शन है. अगर आपने एप्लीकेशन जो है किसी सोलिसिटर के थ्रू डाली थी, तो यू शुड गेट इन टच विद योर सोलिसिटर, ask them to write a letter of status update on your application. और अगर उसका आपका पॉजिटिव कोई फीडबैक नहीं आता, then you should get your MP, local MP involved. उनको जाके अपनी सिचुएशन बताएं, उनको बताएं कि जी मैं 2008 से जो है वेट कर रहा हूँ और एक्नॉलेजमेंट के अलावा मुझे कोई जो है वो होम ऑफिस ने नहीं दिया. होम ऑफिस के सर्टन जो है वो क्राइटेरियाज होते हैं और वो बेंचमार्क्स होते हैं. नॉर्मली FLRO की एप्लीकेशन दे आर बाय लॉ रिक्वायर्ड टू रिप्लाई एंड रिस्पॉन्ड विद इन 6 months. ठीक है, तो अगर आपके 6 months से तो बहुत ऊपर हो गए, तो दे नीड टू हैव अ प्लॉजिबल एक्सप्लेनेशन कि क्यों भाई इतनी देर क्यों हुई है. सो उसमें जो आपका लोकल MP है वो डेफिनेटली हेल्प करेगा और आपको फ़ौरन उसका जो है वो फीडबैक मिलेगा.
सो अगर anybody with that situation, तो आपको पता है what you need to do, contact your solicitors, and if अगर issues need हल होते हैं, contact your MP. He has a duty to help you, your constituent. तो इंशाल्लाह वो आपको हेल्प करेंगे. सजाद भाई, थैंक यू फॉर योर क्वेश्चन एंड होपफुली यू गॉट द राइट आंसर. राज साहब यही बात कर रहे थे अभी, जो आप एक्सप्लेन कर रहे थे, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंटली दैट सो वो द पुलिस द केस वाज ड्रॉप्ड बाय द CPS and you mentioned that was accepted and you won the case in that one, in that particular one.
We did not let it go to the courts. The CPS decided there was a self-defense and the case there should be no further evidence to be offered against the client.
ठीक है. Again, just coming back, so anybody feels is in a situation whereby that उन पे कोई charge कोई चल रहा है for benefit or anything to do with that?
Anything to do, money laundering, murder, rapes,
VATs,
VAT, custom excise, trading standard, any issues, please contact us free of charge. We will give you advice and we probably can get legal aid. If not, we can come to some arrangement regarding the fees, but I like to help everybody and try to get justice.
Raisa, time obviously is always the the essence of everything, and we're running very much towards the time. थोड़ा सा बताएं, we want to pick up probably after the हमारे जो programs चलेंगे इंशाल्लाह आगे भी, तो ये taxis का जो है ना issues related to the licensing, I want you to explain that how you can help them, because we can help a number of people in that.
Yeah, if somebody who's a taxi driver and the council has revoked his license, there's an appeal procedure. They are not supposed to have any penalty points on their license, but there's always an explanation. Or if they have been victim of accusation made by the passenger or fare that something indecent took place between the driver and the passengers, especially young girls in the early mornings going back from.
And drunk and a bit drinking.
Yeah,
one of the issues.
I have won so many cases of sexual assaults, allegations made by the clients. So me and my firm is very specialized in this sort of area, and if any person who's got any problem regarding their badge or license, please get in touch with us and we will again help you free of charge initially, and then hopefully assist every person who comes to us.
Very good. And Nazreen, आपने सुन लिया होगा, अगर ये most people who are in this trade in the business of taxis, private or the hackney carriages together, and you've got similar issues, then please contact us. हमारी details screen पे हैं, and again you will be able to get a good advice and best advice to help you in your matter. Shai Sahab, we're running out of time. मैं आपको थोड़ा सा discuss करूँ. Rai Sahab, thank you for you talked about these issues. Number of issues have been coming to the surface. एक तो नए rules आ चुके हैं, and particularly about the UKB border races. We talked about last time that have been branded like racist, allegedly they were. इतना छापे मारे in Chinatown in London, and it's been all over the news. अभी Tuesday की news में आया, Guardian की news में. थोड़ा सा बताएं just very quickly because of time.
हाँ, बिल्कुल Chinatown में छापे पड़े हैं, जिसकी वजह से उन्होंने as in protest जो है अपने restaurants वगैरह भी बंद कर लिए थे. यही बताना चाहेंगे व्यूअर्स को कि जो गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसी है ना, वो इवन हैंडेड और फेयर नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर आप देखें जितने भी EU रेजिडेंट्स हैं ईस्ट यूरोपियन जो वो आ रहे हैं, ना ही उनको इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज का क्राइटेरिया करना पड़ा है और ना ही उनको कोई लाइफ इन UK टेस्ट की कोई रिक्वायरमेंट है. दे आर फ्री टू कम. ठीक है, ग्रांटेड दैट दे आर पार्ट ऑफ यूरोप. तो अब आप देखें, एक तरफ तो आपने एक रूल बना दिया जिसमें कोई है ही नहीं रिस्ट्रिक्शन, और दूसरी तरफ आपने जो इधर ही लोग रहते हैं और यहाँ पे अरसे से रह रहे हैं, दे आइदर बोर्न हेयर और उनकी सेवरल जनरेशंस आर लिविंग हेयर, तो उनकी जब वो कोई शादी या आपको का मसला होता है या उन्होंने अपने किसी रिलेटिव को कॉल करना होता है इधर, तो आपने उनके लिए जो है एडिशनल जो है बर्डन्स और खड़े कर दिए, विच इज़ वेरी अनफेयर एंड अनरीजनेबल.
True.
You know.
Absolutely. And again, हमने ये views उनको बता रहे थे last time भी ये mention कर रहा था. But you mentioned about the EU जो है ना, that's part of European Union. That's right. And so the rules, उनको क्या language आती है? Poland से, Czechoslovakia के, you know, Romania. I mean, what language, वो कौन सा culture समझते हैं? This is disproportionate we've been talking about right the way through. ये सिर्फ उन्होंने लागू कराई in Asia, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh and Africa countries. That's a bit unfair. But Shaykh Sahab, थोड़ा सा views उनको ये बता दें that the rules also says for European people that they have to, जब वो apply करते हैं, not on ILR उनको कोई मसला होता है, but when they go for citizenship, then they have to do the test. उनको language then becomes a very important bit because they have to be required then, only then. Again, Shai Sahab, आपसे ये mention कर रहे थे, थोड़ा सा ये बताएं again on the issues about the deportation, how we can help them. We've got a few minutes we want to talk about that.
Deportation again, यहाँ पे ब्रिटेन में जो है काफ़ी लोग आते हैं, आइदर विजिटर वीज़े पे आते हैं या फिर वो ओवरस्टेज हो जाते हैं, या वो स्टूडेंट वीज़ा पे आते हैं, उनका कॉलेज शट डाउन हो जाता है या और किसी वजह से वो भी ओवरस्टे हो जाते हैं. तो आपको पता है आजकल जो है गवर्नमेंट जो है वो काफ़ी जो है सख्ती कर रही है, छापे वगैरह पड़ रहे हैं, तो दे गेट पिक्ड अप आइदर फ्रॉम अ कार वॉश, रेस्टोरेंट, फैक्ट्री, वेयर हाउस, ऑल काइंड ऑफ डिफरेंट प्लेसेस। तो जब आप अरेस्ट हो जाते हैं तो आपको वो डिटेंशन सेंटर में ले जाते हैं विद द व्यू टू डिपोर्टिंग यू। तो अगर आप उस सिचुएशन में हैं तो ऑब्वियसली यू हैव सर्टेन लिमिटेड राइट्स, और वो राइट यही है कि आपको जो है वो UKBA का एक क्वेश्चनर होता है स्टेज 1। आई मीन देयर आर फ्यू स्टेजेस इन्वॉल्व इन द होल प्रोसेस। स्टेज 1 यही है कि आपके पास जो है एक राइट है टू हायर और एंगेज अ सोलिसिटर हु कैन एडवाइस यू, और उस स्टेज में फिर आपका जो सोलिसिटर है वो आपको एडवाइस करेगा कि आपने वो एक क्वेश्चनर फिल करना है जिसमें आप ये कहेंगे कि डिपोर्टेशन शुड नॉट बी मेड बिकॉज you have a right to live, you know, in UK. So you've been living here for several years. You established a life in UK. So that's a starting point, but obviously then there's a few other steps involved.
जी यही व्यूज़ को बताते चलते, obviously the crackdown on the government. Prime Minister ने जो अभी ये recently he just said he wants to cut down the judicial review period from 6 months to 6 weeks. Again, what you get the right to an oral hearing. They want to remove that as well. You know, they said make it difficult and put an application cost £60 से उन्होंने लगाना है £235. I mean, they're making it harder and harder. So again, views and ये होगा बहुत सारी चीज़ें हमने discuss करें and how things have been coming out at the moment. It's a very difficult time, and आप views and यही कहेंगे because this is our last program मुहर्रम की वजह से, और इंशाल्लाह from Hidayat TV यहाँ से आपको पता रहेगा हमारा next legal matters कब आएगा. We'll keep you informed इंशाल्लाह. For the time being हमारा थोड़ा सा break होगा because of मुहर्रम शरीफ की वजह से. इसमें हमें ज़रूरी है आपके अगर कोई कॉल आएगी या आपके कोई इंफॉर्मेशन आप चाहते हैं तो you can contact us through our emails, through our contact number. आप स्टूडियो से भी ले सकते हैं from the control room, our telephone numbers, and we'll be more than happy to help you. आपको भी ये कहता चलूँ तो इंशाल्लाह ताला तो अगर आपके कोई कॉल्स नहीं ले सके is because of the time, and we try to take as many calls as possible and try to answer as much as possible. और यही कहेंगे इंशाल्लाह ताला आप हिदायत TV वॉच करते रहें and keep watching legal matters. We will be back. It's going to be for a short period, I'm told, offering it, and we're going to be back to give the best advice and help the community. Myself, SYED Mansoor and Raj Chopra Sab will be the team who are going to be here to give you that expertise, help and advice, and we look forward to be involved and being interaction between the community and ourselves, and that's what it's all about. So inshallah ta'ala बस ये मुहर्रम की वजह से थोड़ा ब्रेक होगा, उसके बाद आएंगे. So you will hear from us. हमारे जो promos होंगे चलेंगे, आपको पता चलेगा. And when it's not that we're not going to be discussing or coming back, we will be coming back shortly. So thank you for watching Legal Matters. Time को पता नहीं चला, time's gone so fast. I wish we could carry on calling बहुत सारे आ रही थी, but obviously time's beat us. So आप सबका शुक्रिया for watching Legal Matters and Hidayat TV. Keep watching Hidayat. और यहाँ पे बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम अब आएंगे मुहर्रम के भी इंशाल्लाह, and we'll be looking forward to that as well. So हमें इजाज़त दें next time के, and we will be back with Hidayat, with the Legal Matters, and the team will be back. So thank you for watching Hidayat and the Legal Matters.